This is great. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kat Timpf Show. Today, my guest is John Devore.
Very good.
You're like a dude who like writes shit and you do like some TV shit. You were on the Gutfeld Show. That's how I met you.
Yes, I was on the Gutfeld Show. I had done Greg's show Red Eye for years.
Yeah.
And Greg and I were both cooked in the intestines of men's magazines. So I worked for a magazine called Maxim. Which,
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it was the New Yorker for morons.
Yeah.
And I wrote a lot about boobs and beer and bacon.
Okay, so like, what is there to say about like boobs? Like, what do you mean you write about them?
Here's what I would do during Maxim meetings, as all the guys were sitting around talking about sex tips and who to put on the cover. They'd all be talking about it, and every so often I'd interrupt and say, our job is to ask ourselves, what gives our readers boners? And no one thought that was funny. But that was pretty much our job. I was like, what gives our readers boners?
Yeah.
I pioneered butt cleavage. I was a big proponent of butt cleavage in those days.
Okay, because I didn't know, like, butt cleavage, just like, you mean like, what's butt cleavage?
There was a trend in magazine covers to show the posterior of the models that they put on the covers, because that job was about packaging human beings, packaging them and then displaying them in a window.
That's all right.
Oh, it's fine. It was, it was good money.
I have no problem with that.
Good.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, what? Do I have a problem? What? Go ahead.
I was like, have you ever read men's magazines?
Not really. Although one time...
you work at Barstool Sports. Almost the same exact thing.
I was like, I'm immersed in a men's magazine, actually. I'm immersed in a men's magazine. I went shopping. Bought like something. When I was like a little kid. It was like Guests or something, and like there was a men's side and a woman's side. So we went to like the men's side to pay for it because the line was shorter. I was with my mom, and they're giving away like free magazines, and so they had like this men's magazine that was like super inappropriate. And I remember reading it and just like learning a lot.
There's a lot to learn.
Stuff, but it was pretty gross. But yeah, this whole office. What do you think of this office? It's like the whole thing is a men's magazine.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a new generation of the genre for sure. And Maxim at its best was, it was guys that I grew up with, and it was hanging out and sports and again bacon, beer. The genre is kind of reviled right now, I think.
People hate men. Men aren't really in right now. It's like super in to hate men. I love men.
We had a good run.
Yeah.
We had an excellent
All
run.
of eternity.
And I'm going to go so far as to say that we're still doing pretty well.
Yeah, but like it's not hip. If you're like, I like dudes. Dudes are cool. People are like, well,
Can't be a straight dude.
No, gay. You can be gay.
Yeah.
Well, again, I'll counter that. You can be a straight dude. We still run everything.
No, I know everything, but it's not it's like hack. Being a straight man is hack.
It is, sure. Yeah, it's basic. It's very basic.
Yeah.
It's super basic, but it's not like there are thousands of white heterosexual men who are genuinely oppressed.
No.
I don't think there's one.
No. But it all goes in cycles. It was a lot of fun, and Greg was great at it. He was a tremendous magazine editor.
Oh yeah.
I looked up to him. He could take a genre like men's magazines, which was kind of, the genre can best be summed up as ugh. And he was a very subversive editor. For years, I really looked up to him because he could take men's magazines and imbue it with his demented sense of humor. He was a great magazine editor.
He does have a demented sense of humor. I also have a demented sense of humor.
No.
No.
You are
demented.
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, so you're a big lib, right?
Yes.
You're a big lib.
I am a liberal top. What do I call my? Yes, I am an alpha cuck. I am a liberal. Or as my followers like to call me, a libtard.
A libtard.
Yes, I love that. You know what I love about that is how whenever someone calls me that, when they tweet it out, they think this is the funniest thing
They do.
in
Got
the
'em.
world.
They do. All right, libtard. Boom.
And it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, there by the grace of God, I'm very happy that you get so much self-esteem from calling me a libtard.
A libtard.
Yes, but yes, liberal. Voted for Hillary. Would do it again.
It's a combination of liberal and retard.
Oh, I didn't get
Yeah,
that.
libtard. Yeah.
That's wordplay.
Yeah, I love when I get called retarded with a T, retarded a lot.
That is wonderful. It's
great.
That should be your Twitter bio.
Yeah, I'm retarded. Been called retarded. I mean, so
you get hell.
Are you terrified of Trump's America, or do you just think it's going to be annoying? I mean,
Is there a
are you
middle
like
ground?
scared? People are like real scared. I'm kind of like.
Yeah, where do you fit into this?
Right. The thing about me is I'm a libertarian.
Right.
So
Oh,
I
God,
hate the
libertarians.
government. Like, I don't hate the government. I respect the government, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, not to do a lot of stuff. Like, I wouldn't have, I don't like anybody in terms of politics.
You're a misanthrope.
Yeah. It's like liberals boo, like, Democrats boo, conservatives boo. They're both, like, so hypocritical. They're all, like,
Right.
There's no consistent ideology there.
No, other than power. And one party does that better than the other party.
Yeah. Yeah, well, maybe, but Hillary was a nightmare.
In what way?
I mean, she was a criminal, and also, you know what? You want to hear something? You want to hear something, you lib? I didn't want to listen to her talk for 4 years. I really didn't want to listen to her talk, and that's not sexist. That's just her voice was annoying.
Look, she lost the election.
Yeah, she sure did.
And so, to a certain degree, the fact that we still talk about her, I don't quite understand that.
Because it was insane.
I think it's because there's a large swath of the country that doesn't really want to talk about who's currently in office, so they fall back on a 30-year crutch. I mean, Hillary Clinton is a criminal. Look, Hillary Clinton for 25, 30 years has been accused of murdering dozens of people.
You don't think she killed them all?
I think here's how I feel about Hillary. Here's how I feel about Hillary. If she had managed to pull off as many conspiracies as she's been accused of, if she was able to kill as many people as she's been accused of without being caught, she should be president because she's hyper competent. She has been accused of a ridiculous amount of conspiracies that beggar belief. It is implausible that one person could pull off dozens of these conspiracies without ever any fingerprints, without ever any court cases, without anything. She should have been president because she is a super competent supervillain.
So, do you think she killed maybe at least one person or two or three?
Well, look, there's two things. Every day, people murder other people for small amounts of power. Do I think that the political parties have murdered people? It's plausible. It's happened in every other instance in other societies.
I've never murdered anybody.
Are you a powerful person?
No, I'd like to on social media. I'd like to think
You are a powerful. Well, you know what? That's
I'm
unfair.
powerful in my mind.
You should be able to kill someone without having to suffer any consequence.
I think it would not be hard to get away with. I think that first of all, if you need to kill, you got to kill a stranger. You got to kill somebody that you don't know. And then,
if you're a serial killer, or is this if you are a powerful politician?
Let me tell you how to take someone down using murder, Kollege. Listen,
Okay.
The thing is the person you take down, you can't murder that person because that's how you get caught.
Right.
What you do is you murder, someone else, but then you take the person who you want to murder, you wear their shoes to the murder scene so it's their footprints, and maybe if they smoke some cigarettes, you take some of their cigarette butts and kind of scatter them around the scene. Oh my God, case closed.
You should be president.
Yeah,
that's
a good idea. If I wanted to, murder, the shoes and the cigarette, forensic evidence, boom, case closed. They did it. They're behind bars. Now I'm not a sociopath.
But if you were.
But if I were, I think I'd be a good one. You guys ever thought of that?
I think in today's times, there's too many alibis. I think that would be the fatal flaw in your little scheme there.
I'm not saying my little scheme. I'm just helping my listeners if they need to murder.
Like, there would be a huge gap of you not tweeting, and it would be like, I wonder what Kat was doing.
Have you ever thought? Are you asking? Have I ever thought about murder?
Yeah, I mean, I
Killing
think about
someone?
murder a lot. Like, not like murdering people, but just like, man, that's a thing that happens.
I don't know if I follow that sentence.
I don't
You
either.
think about murdering people.
No, I don't think about murdering people.
You want to murder your enemies.
No,
Who's
I
an
don't.
enemy of yours?
I have so many enemies. But
What if you could murder a Twitter egg?
No, I don't really want to murder anybody.
Your girl Tommy.
Tommy Laren.
Yeah.
What do you think of Tommy?
Oh,
Tommy,
geez.
Tommy. She's not my girl, by the way. He's making fun of me.
You know, it is amazing. Monsters are amazing. You know, because the truth
I
is,
just feel like
the truth is, Dr. Frankenstein, as the creature was twitching, thought to himself, "Yeah, this is pretty good. Look what I did."
Yeah.
It is remarkable what happens when a young, vulnerable sorority girl is given too much self-esteem by too many older men.
Yeah.
You know what she's a performer. She's
Yeah.
a performer, and I am, while a liberal, I am a capitalist. She found a market. She found a message, and she's making bank selling that shitty, superficial, bird-brained message to scared people.
Yeah, and also she's like talks about how she doesn't read books. She's like, I'm not really a fan of books. It's like, all right, fine, but like, you understand? You're trying to be like, you don't know my facts. You don't know the facts. I don't read books.
That suits her character. You know, salt of the earth, working class. The woman. They are supposed to hate intellectuals and book reading. Of course, you know, I really hate the dynamic that only people on the coast read. Because of
Do you
course,
think that I should just tweet at her repeatedly, books are dope? For like 3 days.
I think you should. But,
Books
you
are
know,
dope.
She
And-
doesn't strike me as somebody who reads. She is plugged into an audience that is consuming what she's making, and she is a fucking monster.
I think that, it's interesting when these other, I do the Fox News thing, obviously. When people they think they're the shit because of the old men that are like, I love you. I don't like that. I appreciate it. I like that they're watching and they're following me, but I'm not like, man, I can have any grandpa south of the Mason-Dixon line that I want. That doesn't make me feel good.
You could get so much elder dick.
Yeah.
But look, it's difficult to. I mean, that's the problem with bubbles, and we I hate that word's being ruined. But if you're in a media bubble, be it Fox News or MSNBC or anywhere else, it's really difficult to resist the affirmations. It's really scary when people are telling you they hate you, they hate you, they hate you. But when you're in a bubble of affirmations, it's really hard not to surrender to it. And to be like, oh, you're so brilliant. You're so brilliant. Oh, yeah, yeah, I am.
Yeah, it must be. It's just interesting. There's no equivalent of like for like men. Like, what if there was a job that a man could have where you just had the love of like every grandmother, like the sexually charged love of all the grandmas in the South? Would that make you feel better about yourself?
I think there are. You don't think there's an equivalent?
What is the equivalent?
I don't think there's an equivalent where you have a man who is baked or is cooked in an oven of female affirmation, unless we're talking like a crooner maybe, or like there've got to be pop stars.
There's like pop, yeah, but that's like that's like underage girls.
I don't know, like George Clooney.
Nah, well,
There might not be an equivalent where there is an institution that is matriarchal that picks a vulnerable, vain young man and basically transforms him into their mouthpiece.
yeah. Well,
Which
Kollege,
is what she is.
So, Kollege, my question for you is: if you had a whole group of let's say 60 to 75-year-old ladies who thought you were a genius, how many of them would you bone?
Are they like pro the Klan?
Yeah.
The none.
Oh, good. I didn't know
so
where that
it's
was. I didn't know where that was going. I just met you, and I was like, "Oh, what show am I on?" And I was like, "I got to stay on air." Yeah.
Kollege-
Anti-Klan, all of them.
Yeah, Kollege, yeah,
Wow.
all of them. Kollege's our pro-clan.
Is that right? Yeah.
I bring him.
Notice the white shirt.
Diversity of opinion here
I
at
said
Barstool.
we had a lib on today, so I made him take his hood off to make you feel more comfortable.
Good, thank you.
I mean, there's people that are just straight up in the KKK, and they're like, "I'm in the KKK. What's your problem?"
Yeah, there are. Anyone that was ever born in the South knows that.
That's crazy to me.
That's why the whole meme of "this is not normal" that a lot of my peers, are talking about, and it's not normal. It's not normal. I'm like, for a lot of people, it's absolutely 100% normal. It's just they're loud, they're proud. But the KKK and that whole white supremacy. I mean, that's very normal for large swaths of the country. They just now have self-esteem, and that's terrible.
Do they?
It blows my mind though, because before, I keep saying this, before Trump got elected, like we were just saying, white people still had plenty of power. Like, why now do they have all this self-esteem?
Yeah.
Like, what was the hold up in October?
Partly it's political parties are alliances. And in order to squeak out this victory, the Republicans really had to. You need bodies. You need people to show up and vote. And someone calculated they needed to fire up that group. And to fire them up, they had to legitimize them, because that is a loyal group of people who they're Americans too. They have self-interests. They have votes. They're terrible. But they have every right to vote, and the Republicans decided they needed that tribe.
The Republicans
to really
didn't
be in
decide
there. That campaign did.
Trump's campaign.
That campaign did.
Yeah.
Forever, the Republicans were happy to take their votes, but then never legitimize them openly. Legislatively, sure. In other aspects, sure. But the Trump campaign made a decision to light them up. And here they are. They were always part of the family. We just kept them under the stairs.
Oh, boy. I just saw this headline. A Maryland high school teacher has been disciplined after encouraging students to, quote, have fun writing a slave song for an assignment as part of a lesson on Frederick Douglass. Man, I can't believe the PC police have a problem with slavery. What the hell?
Look, that offends me as a liberal, but I'm not gonna lie. I will watch the YouTube video of a bunch of white kids singing, being like, what's my swing low? What is my song that voices my oppression?
Yeah, my slaves. I mean, I have seen actually when I went to a cousin's play performance thing, and there really was kids singing "Follow the Drinking Gourd," which was a slave song, and they all had blackface on, and they all had shackles on them.
That's not true.
Yes, it's true.
That's not true.
What do you think? I made that up in my head just now?
Yes.
1,000% yes.
I'm serious. I mean, it was like
if I end up dead after this podcast, everyone knows who did it.
They had dirt smudged on their faces, but it looked like black. I was like, is this okay?
No.
Is this something? I feel like this is not okay. They were dressed as slaves, costumes. They were dressed as slavery.
It's amazing how one generation away from the civil rights, the epic civil rights movement, and we just get stupid. But, I think that is a symptom of the success of America. We're so successful that everyone has a right to feel that they are put upon and oppressed even when they're not.
Yeah. We live in now, the war on Christmas.
It's gonna turn hot any day now.
It's gonna turn.
Let me tell you, the war on Christmas. Christmas is going to win again this year, like it does every year.
Well, Trump is saying that he made a campaign promise that we're gonna say Merry Christmas now. Seems to be following through with it, and
he's such a
and I. So when I started 18 months ago, oh shit. Pop-up ad. So when I started 18 months ago, I told my first crowd in Wisconsin that we're going to come back here someday and we're going to say Merry Christmas again. Crowd goes wild. I mean,
it is my favorite non-issue.
Yeah. Crowd goes wild. So Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year, but Merry Christmas. And I'm here today for one main reason to say thank you to the people of Wisconsin. While on the campaign trail, Trump railed against the politically correct, including the use of Happy Holidays over Merry Christmas. The thing is I always thought that Happy Holidays meant like happy all the holidays.
Yeah.
I say Happy Holidays because as a born and bred Southerner, I am polite. Southerners are polite because it's the easiest way not to get shot.
Yeah.
And I say Happy Holidays because you can't assume everyone that you're meeting celebrates Christmas, is a Christian, first of all, or is even believes in God. On top of the fact that Christmas has been bled of its religious meaning anyway, you know, it is a secular capitalist holiday. I celebrate Christmas. I go to midnight mass with my mom. But I say Happy Holidays because it's just the fucking polite thing to do. Because you should never assume someone is exactly like you.
Well, I say Happy Holidays unless it's Christmas. Then it's fucking Christmas. Like you can say,
like on the day,
like
or
the 25th. I'm gonna say Merry
Sure.
Christmas because it's fucking Christmas.
That's what the happy is.
Right now, what is it? The 14th.
Yeah.
Like it's the holiday season. So Happy Holiday. Like I don't think that's like even if I don't know. I used to date a Jewish girl on Long Island, so I'd say Merry Christmas to all of those people. Those people. I would say Merry Christmas to them.
I like this guy.
Not a single person ever once got offended on the 25th. Like it's just
No, but that's politeness though.
Right.
Happy Hanukkah.
It's not like saying
Right.
fuck
You know?
your Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I acknowledge. You know, I'm not offended by the religious overtones of the holiday, but it's the holiday season. And look, there are a lot of people to whom Christmas is a secular holiday.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ, and that's fine too.
It is for me. I mean, I'm like an atheist, but I like
Right.
to go home and eat.
You're going to be an amazing president. Can I be your Steve Bannon? That's
Yeah,
what
absolutely. I think I'm going to be a good president.
Like she likes to eat, and she will kill you. She has like 1,000 ideas on how to kill you.
Look, I watch a lot of crime shows. I think the repetition of there's this new show that I've been watching that's called Scorned Love Kills. And it's dope. So like
What's it about?
It's about people who like, you know, it's a lot of like people were married and then someone has an affair and then someone gets murdered. And I love the repetition is very soothing.
Right.
First it's like, you know,
Love.
the backstory, and then it's like the sordid affair. Then it's the murder, and then it's the who did it, and then it's the this person did it, how much they were punished. On to the next episode. Next thing you know, my Sunday's over. It's done. I've been watching it for 9 hours.
What is the lesson that you've learned from watching that show?
Don't have sex.
Oh, I thought it was going to be wear the other person's shoes.
Yeah, well, that's what I've learned from Forensic Files. I mean, these people are dumb. These people are like, I mean, obviously, if you're having an affair with somebody and then, you know, you kill, like, you know, if there's any sort of love triangle, some of these are almost like love octagons. It gets so complicated. There's probably someone in the octagon that did it. It's probably not a drive-by shooting by a rando.
Love octagons are so complicated.
Like
you need a spreadsheet, and it's just.
Sometimes I do get lost watching these. It's like there's a married couple, and then the married couple's cheating with the other members of the married couple, but then there's the maid, and then the maid has a husband. Oh, and isn't it crazy how the maid's husband is
maid always
cheating
has a
with the
husband.
mailman, and the mailman's also banging the wife, but only on Wednesdays. And it's like, you know, and so it like starts to be like an octagon, and you don't know who done it. So if you are gonna murder a member of a love triangle, make sure it's more of a love octagon.
Right. More suspects.
You'll get a little more time,
Right.
but you'll probably eventually get caught. These people tend to get caught.
The downsides of polyamory.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is not open polyamory. It's more like sneaking around. I saw one episode. I saw one.
No. You tell me.
I gotta tell you.
I've got to know this.
Is there a milkman in this one? I
No.
always love when a milkman gets involved.
Dude, there's this
They've
one.
always got wives.
Yeah.
So there's these couples,
Uh-huh.
married couple, another married couple. They're neighbors.
Swingers?
Yeah, and they're best friends.
Okay.
Okay, and the wife and the one house. Okay, the husband starts sleeping with the wife's best friend.
Uh-huh.
But the wife is chatting online, doing these role play games.
Sure.
And starting to, like, you know, get sexy chat going
Yeah,
on with
sexy
some
chat.
guy, some sexy chat.
Yeah, that's...
And like, like, you know, like modeling underwear for him and like mailing him her underwear so he can like smell it or whatever. I made that up, but like, I feel like, what else do? You know, you can't.
Sure. I'm listening.
As one does.
Yeah, and so and
All
so,
of my sexy chats climax in used underwear.
so she winds up dead.
Oh, who did it?
Okay. Well, the husband because he found out about the sexy chat
chats.
and got so mad he killed her, even though he was banging her best friend. That's infuriating.
Let's just recap every episode.
I love the descriptions of the episodes. I just Googled Google. That's where I'm at right now mentally, but I found it.
I think we're keeping it together.
Scorned.
There's a narrative. There's a through line.
No, there's never a through line on this podcast. If you're going to do a crime, you might as well do it with passion. Scorned Love Kills is a perfect Saturday TV for those who prefer a voyeuristic peek into how lust and obsession can destroy lives.
Does it stream?
I purchase full seasons.
Jesus, you are a sociopath.
I'm not a sociopath. I'm a nice girl. I'm just misunderstood.
Right. Yeah.
Likely story. I don't know why I drink so much coffee, Kollege. I'm like hippity skippity. That's what I told you. This is my most hippity skippity day.
Isn't that the name of this podcast?
Listen, listeners, I've had a tough day. I found out I was not invited to the Barstool Christmas party. I feel very disrespected.
I think you should be.
How many Barstool affiliates do you follow on Twitter.com?
0. I said after my second rundown that I would never follow any of them, so I have to stick to it.
They need engagement.
Yeah.
I do sometimes. I've tweeted out stuff that Kollege has tweeted, or I've tweeted.
Just follow and mute.
Maybe I'll follow everybody except for Dave.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Everyone would love you for that.
I can never follow Dave because I told Dave I wouldn't follow him, and plus, fuck, follow Dave.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, maybe I'll just follow everyone but Dave.
Is this on the Hallmark Channel? What channel?
It's on Investigation Discovery. The whole thing is murder.
ID is great.
Let me listen to this. Marathon Lover. Oh, I watched this one too. Remy and Jennifer Ramsaran are living the American dream in upstate New York. When Remy begins an affair with Jennifer's best friend, this is the one I was telling you about. He's unaware that his wife has become engrossed in a virtual affair. The only possible outcome is a deadly one. Oh my God, yeah. There's one where their last name was Boob. That was great.
The murderer?
In 2008, Sam and Miranda Boob are the toast of the tiny town of Center Hall, Pennsylvania. But the former cheerleader has a taste for betrayal, and it sends her right into the arms of a cold-blooded killer. Yeah, she gets killed by a carny.
So you're into true crime is what I'm getting.
Yeah. She gets killed by a carny. She starts boning her high school ex-boyfriend after she runs into him. Then she starts boning some guy she meets at a wedding, and then some other guy, and then she starts boning a carny, and that's what does her in.
Yeah, you should never have sex with a carny.
No.
That's life 101. They
Yeah.
roll into town, don't have sex with them.
Yeah, they used to bone in the car, and
Stop saying bone.
Bone. I've hit my tooth on the microphone so many times during this episode.
That's what we need.
Oh God, and there's this one episode where the husband starts cheating with the secretary.
No.
And the assistant that the wife hired. You don't hire a hot assistant for your husband and be like, great idea, you guys go to Puerto Rico. You fucking stupid Barbara. Her name was Barbara.
You're gonna have the most successful affair ever.
Me?
Yeah. Because that's what this is. This is training.
Yeah.
For her murder affair.
This is training. This is a whole generation of women are learning how to kill and not get caught.
True. Also, this scene has some intense sex scenes. Like every sex scene, for whatever reason, no matter if it's
An investigation discovery?
Yeah, if there's someone like boning, boinking,
porking, if you would, sure.
In the office, like the woman's wearing like full lingerie, which is like, no, it's not realistic. She's not just always wearing like a full lingerie set.
That's an affair.
So, but like
affairs are classy.
I'm
gonna try to find the, just to show you, even though nobody on the podcast can see it. I'm just gonna try to show you the opening theme song for this thing real quick. Scorned, Love Kills. Oh, it's so dope. You guys gotta watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
Just look at this real quick. I mean, we can always just talk. Do you watch true crime at all? Do you watch it at all?
I don't. True crime. I've worked in some true crime stuff before.
Like
it skews
what?
very female.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Because we're getting murdered all the time.
That's 100%. People are always trying to decide why it skews that way. And I 100% agree. That's the alert.
I get murdered. Like, chances of me getting murdered one day. What do you think? Keep in mind, I'm terrible.
Is this because of an affair or just
I've
because
never
you are a
cheated on
woman?
anyone in my damn life.
Have you been cheated on?
No.
That
Not that I know
of.
Well, there's, every time there's been people I've been involved with where I'm like, he would cheat on me, so I just don't make it official. So then it's not cheating if he does it, and then I can do whatever I want.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So those some relationships are not relationships to give you plausible deniability.
Correct. And to give them plausible deniability. But every time
it's all about the agreement. If you're exclusive, you're exclusive. If you're not, you're not, and you've got to be upfront with that.
Yeah, well, or you just don't talk about it.
That is
certainly a way to handle it. Very mature.
I'm a big fan of just not talking about it.
That's very, very white of you.
But one of these days, I do want something. You
do want love.
Maybe love.
Commitment.
I mean, I've committed. I've had boyfriends. Not to brag.
Are you afraid of commitment, Kat?
Kind of, yeah.
What is the fear? Is it betrayal? Is it that you don't think you could measure up?
A lot of it is, I think,
opportunity.
I don't want to what if there's something better out there?
That is
terrible. That's that's like a man, the way a man would think, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I'm not a terrible person.
I want to talk about your intimacy issues. I think that's what we should.
All right, we can. I mean, I've committed before, and I've taken it very seriously.
How'd that work out?
We broke up. He broke up with me at Coney Island in front of my father.
In front of your father?
Well, to be fair, Kollege, do you not hear this story?
No, you told a very sad story last week about you in high school, so let's keep it rolling with the terribly sad love stories.
To be fair, my father was actually getting us more drinks.
Okay.
And then he hung out all day.
Dan,
my dad.
Yeah,
Have you ever
yeah.
met my dad, or you just follow him on Twitter?
No, but we follow each other on Twitter.
He's a good follow. Yeah.
He's one of my faves.
Yeah. So yeah, he broke up with me, and then
bailed as your dad was getting drinks.
No, he hung out all day. He took the subway back with us.
That's not that sad a story.
I expected it to be much sadder.
It's ridiculous. I think I'm sweating. Is there deodorant in my bag? Oh man, I'll be okay. I don't know. I don't have intimacy issues. It's just more like, I don't know. I run into the same problems all the time.
What?
I'm crazy.
Nah.
So lots of people they like it at first, and then they're like, oh shit, and then so they break up with me, but then they're bored every time they date someone else, and they always come back. I'm gonna put on deodorant in the middle of the show.
It's okay.
I've never had a guy not come back.
Didn't you say you want someone to be obsessed with you while also leaving you alone?
Yeah, be obsessed with me, but give me my space.
That sounds like a good foundation for a long-term relationship. You can really build a palace on that. That stands the test of time.
Well, now my armpits smell great.
Isn't that a cycle though?
What?
Do you take them back?
Who?
The guys.
Sometimes. Yeah. Depends how many other guys I got around. Just kidding. Depending on who's listening, I am just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I spend every night, by myself.
Watching Investigation Discovery.
I really do like to watch Investigation Discovery. Let's see. Deadly Women. Honestly, though, if you want to talk about the opportunity gap, if you are a woman and you murder the shit out of somebody, there are way more TV opportunities available for you and your story than if you're a man.
Is that just because men kill so much constantly, every day?
No, women though, but it's it's more in to be a woman. And you've got snapped women who kill, you've got deadly women. You've got wives with knives.
That is not true. That is not a show. Wives with knives does not
will
exist.
Show you.
There is no one out there who's at a party and is like, I'm the executive producer of
well, motherfuckers, ding, ding, ding. You are wrong.
My God, that is. I must watch this. It's a documentary television series.
Yeah, about wives with knives.
Yeah, you know what I like? I like how that just tells you up front what to expect. You know, is this about single women and hammers? No. No, it's not. Is this about grandmas with machine guns? No, that
sure isn't.
It is not. It is wives with knives.
With knives. Yeah. Each episode.
Is it a cooking show? No, it is not.
Oh my God! Listen to this description. Each episode of Wives with Knives will feature 2 compelling stories of wives that brutally killed or maimed their husbands or their lovers at close range.
Yeah.
So if you're a sniper murdering wife, you're not welcome on the show.
Right. They want the stories of the blood splatter in the eyes.
I love this description. If someone told the women features on Wives with Knives to cut the men out of their lives, the women took the advice literally. Investigation Discovery is great, man.
I like that the theme of this freewheeling podcast is murder.
This is the first time I've ever done this. Nobody knows what the podcast is going to be about every week, and I think that...
Well, no, I think a theme has revealed itself.
Well, this one
Hillary Clinton could have been a wife with a knife.
She could have... But
she chose instead to become one of the most powerful people in the world.
Do you think... How many times do you think her and Bill had sex? 4 or 5 times? Never.
Ever?
Yeah, probably 4 or 5 times.
I don't know.
Weren't they in college together?
Yeah, but do they?
I think the question is, if we're going to speculate, how good a lover you think Bill Clinton is.
Evil Stepmothers is also a show.
What's that about?
Evil Stepmothers.
I like a TV show that just tells you what it is.
We got Killer Clergy. They got their own show.
Priests Who Murdered. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not their MO.
No. We've got Evil Stepmothers. We've got Do Not Disturb Hotel Horror, specifically murders that occur in hotels.
This is the entirety of the Investigation Discovery.
Yeah, I'm looking through their stuff right now. Some winners. Women in prison. See, if you're a woman in prison, you got Wives and Knives. You got to use a knife though, because
right.
Or you got to maim them at close range if you want to get on that.
If you bludgeoned him, you're not going to get on Wives with knives.
Right, exactly. Or if you kill him from a snipe.
If you hit him with your car, completely.
We've got
show.
Momsters, When Moms Go Bad, hosted.
Is that
by Roseanne. I shit you not. Why have I not seen this? Momsters,
I don't know.
When Moms Go Bad. So if you're a mom, you got to have a kid, and then you can get on that one. We've got, this is just every time I scroll down, there's more opportunities for female murderers on the Investigation Discovery channel.
Clearly, there is an epidemic of female murderers.
No, there's
Clearly, there's an entire channel dedicated to them.
Well, there's all murders. How to Not Kill Your Husband. There's another one. Forbidden, Dying for Love. That's a nice one. Young, Hot, and Crooked. Bloody Marys. Wives with Knives. Wicked Attraction, which is similar to Scorned Love Kills. Southern Fried Homicide.
Wonder what that's about.
I like how they juice you up all day with all these murder stories, and then they throw on How to Not Kill Your Husband at 11:30.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's don't because that's saying if you're planning on doing it,
don't do this. People got
this.
caught. Yeah.
Right.
Pretty bad girls.
I'm getting the feeling that a lot of women aren't happy with their husbands.
No.
And they need to watch a program that's nothing good will come of it.
Yeah, or
you think it's a good idea.
Don't make these specific mistakes. Deadly Women, that's a classic.
So this is a channel that's training you.
Yeah.
To be a better
Beauty Queen Murders.
Manhunter.
Yeah, absolutely. Secret Lives of Stepford Wives. We got a woman holding a knife right here. So.
Kind of jauntily.
It's
kind of she's like.
There's a lot of these shows. Think about how, if people stop murdering people, Investigation Discovery, they wouldn't be out of business. There's enough murders that have already occurred.
Yes, I think that there are. I don't foresee a shortage.
What do you if you don't watch murder shows, what do you watch on TV? What do you even do for fun?
I don't do anything for fun. I sit and stare blankly at walls when I'm not angrily tweeting at people I dislike.
Oh, man, it's tough times.
I
I sit in a bare room on a chair. I stare at the wall. That's what I.
Grimacing.
Yeah, always grimacing. Oh, and then sometimes just to shake it up, I open up a can of beans and eat it cold with a spoon.
That sounds like really nice.
You know, I will stream whatever. I like a history show. There's a show on Netflix about Rome. I love a show about Rome. It's very typical, like male sort of like I'm an old man. I love a World War II documentary. Not gonna lie.
I'm not
Especially now that I get to sort of kind of almost live one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really think Trump's gonna put people in camps.
That's a bold statement. that is a bold position to take. No, I mean, you know, who knows? I don't think so. We did have a camp in Cuba.
I don't think Trump. I mean, I remember when he was talking. I mean,
Gitmo is a place where we parked people, who's many of them bad people, but still
they got a soccer field.
We still park them there without any due process.
Yeah, but they're not citizens.
Some of them maybe kind of were.
Hearts.
Heart.
Well, okay. What do you think about the Trump meeting with Kanye?
What I thought was fascinating was everyone losing their mind about how it was a distraction.
Yeah, people say that. They're like, it's a distraction. Who has Trump murdered? I love murders theories.
Do you like conspiracy theories?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm somebody who like believes in them,
right,
but they're
you
very
like
interesting.
Them. You find them interesting. I know. I find them fascinating. I do not. 100% of the time, I think they're all implausible.
Yeah.
But I find them fascinaning. That people are obsessed with it. They want the world to make sense, so they.
What about Building 7?
Truthers drove me crazy.
I know.
Jet fuel does not melt steel beams.
Bush did 9/11.
Well, again, I'll go back to like Hillary Clinton. I was like, do you really think that guy and his group could have pulled off one of the greatest, most overly documented terrorist attack? Like it's more likely that it was what it was, which was a bunch of guys got lucky and a horrible thing happened.
Right, exactly. But there are people who live and die by Bush did 9/11.
Yeah, right. I mean, and I think a lot of them come from the liberal side.
Yeah,
I
they
think
do.
A lot of them, and it's kind of happening now. They get so emotional and so wrapped up in their hate that they need to invent these ridiculous stories.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you might miss Bush now. You might start missing George W.
Man, he was a piece of work.
I mean, I'm a libertarian, so I'm like an anti-war person, so not a fan of George Bush, but he was cute.
You think that George W. Bush was cute?
Adorable.
Adorable or cute? Like,
not like cute, like.
Would you make out with George W. Bush?
No, ew.
You thought he was adorable, though.
Yeah,
you would have a Bush.
I think babies are cute, and I don't want to make out with babies.
All right,
like,
I'm just
come
trying
on,
to find the
bro.
spectrum.
You
I'm trying
calling
to
me
find
a
the spectrum.
pedophile, bro?
Like a pet chimp?
Yeah, like.
Would you want a plush doll of George W. Bush?
Yeah.
And you put it on your bed, and you're like, look at that adorable little, fabulously wealthy northeastern scion.
What kind of puppet would you rather have watch you sleep? A George W. Bush puppet or a Trump puppet? I'm trying to figure out what to get you for Christmas.
George W. Bush, is it a marionette or is it a hand puppet?
It's a marionette that's got strings and kind of hangs over you with its arms out right over your bed as you sleep.
Why is a puppet watching me?
Because I'm getting it for you for Christmas.
Am I into puppets?
Yeah.
That's okay, good.
I had a roommate who was into puppets.
That's sad.
Yeah, well, it's finally working out for her, though. She's on that Golden Girls show. She's the off-Broadway show.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's just, legit. But, yeah, I had 2 rules when we were living together. No musical theater songs when I'm home.
What's the matter with musical theater?
And no puppets in the living room. No Dragon Ball Z on when I'm home. And no puppets in the living room. So, I guess it's 3 rules.
I think it's a fair rule.
Yeah. Keep in mind, though, I'm a terrible roommate.
Why?
Like, I used to...
Do you have a roommate currently?
No, I live alone.
Isn't that the best?
It's the best. I love living alone. I have a cat, but that's it. I mean, if I want to hang out with somebody, it's not like I don't know people. I can't be like, let's hang. But but sometimes you just want to be by your damn self.
Oh no, it's the best.
It's my favorite. But I'm a bad roommate. Like, instead of taking the trash out, I would leave empty cereal boxers in the cupboards. Instead of taking the trash out, I put the garbage in there because it's cold outside.
Yeah, no, complete sense.
How many light bulbs have you changed in your life?
Never. I never changed a light bulb. I don't even know how.
Do you buy toilet paper?
Yeah, I seamless it. I deliver for delivery.
That's outrageous.
Can't walk. It's cold outside.
What happens in the summer? It's too warm outside.
It's hot out there. I'm gonna get sweaty.
You might enjoy sitting in a bare room staring at walls. I recommend it highly.
One of the best things ever was I had a terrible flu last year. I had the flu I missed a full 7 days of work. I had 104, almost 105. I was hallucinating.
Yep.
Like bad.
You had the flu.
Like really bad. Like I thought there was bugs in my bed. Like I was seeing bugs and I was like screaming and calling my dad and like video showing him. I was like, "You say shut fuck up." He was like, "No." I should have gone to the hospital probably.
Yeah.
It was pretty. I probably could have died.
Yeah. 102, 103. That's hospital
104.
time. Yeah. Your brain was cooking.
Yeah, well, I think I made it through just fine.
You're perfectly fine. I'm saying at that moment, your brain was cooking.
Yeah.
Like a hard-boiled egg.
But I got to be alone the whole time I had the flu. And I got to, you don't feel bad if you take a Xanax. If you got the flu, it helps you sleep.
Right.
You watch whatever. But it was, the flu isn't bad. It's kind of trippy how you wake up, you go to sleep and you wake up and it's like 3 days later. That happened to me like one time. It was not 3, but it was a full like day and a half later. And it's kind of you ever had like the real flu?
Yes, where it just knocks you out.
Yeah, for a whole week I was done.
And you think you're dead.
Yeah.
And you think you're never gonna get better, and it just sucks all the energy out of you. Yeah. Oh, it's the worst.
I had it real bad, and
it's something to be afraid of. It's why I obsessively Purell myself, even though I'm sure it does nothing.
I don't think it does anything because
it just manages anxiety. It's like a conspiracy theory.
Purell?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no proof that Purell does shit.
None. But it feels so good when you get the little alcohol burn in your fingernails. You're like, oh, that's the germs dying. There's no scientific basis behind that.
Yeah, there isn't.
Nope.
There's no. I mean, I brush my teeth.
There's some science behind that. There's some science behind that. I don't know if brushing your teeth is like Purelling your hands.
Do you floss also?
I do floss.
Me too. You seem like somebody would floss.
How
I don't know. You're very neurotic. If you Purell, you probably floss.
What makes you think I'm neurotic?
Because you are.
That's true.
I mean, I'm neurotic.
I'm offended by that.
I'm neurotic, but not like about the things I should be neurotic about. Like, I don't know.
Like trash.
Like trash. I mean, my apartment can get, but now that I live alone.
I don't think flossing is a sign of neurosis. I think it's that I have shit in my teeth.
I don't think that. I think it's like racist and Trump. I think that not everyone. I'm
gonna lean in for this one.
Not everyone who flosses is neurotic, but everyone who is neurotic probably flosses. Kind of like how not everyone who votes for Trump is a racist, but all the racists voted for Trump.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah. It's a pretty good analogy.
That was a really good analogy. That was really good. I think, well, that's the end of the podcast. I didn't think it could get any better than that.
I'm a writer.
You write things.
Man, I got this guy tweeting me the weirdest shit right now. I don't even know why I'm looking at this shit.
You're a woman on Twitter getting tweeted weird shit by random men? I don't believe you.
He just tweeted, my latest thought, and this guy goes all day, so it's like, oh boy. ... Every time a dude masturbates, he's committing a mass homicide. Sadness and joy, very deep.
I didn't know that you were followed by so many poets.
Yeah. Every time
you should
a
ask
dude
him where he got his MFA.
Masturbates, he's committing mass homicide.
Yes. He's spilling his seed.
I guess. Barf in my mouth. I hate it all, man. What's good? Do you like Kollege,
Nothing's good.
Do you like Christmas?
Number one holiday.
Yeah, you seem like the dude who would love. You get jazzed for Christmas.
Big time Christmas guy.
Big time. I'm like, it's all right.
Outrageous.
I'm not anti-Christmas, but when you don't get invited to the Barstool Christmas party,
listen,
it hurts your feelings.
I didn't get invited to that brunch he was talking about either, so we're in the same boat.
Right in front of you. I don't even know him. I don't even know you. But I was like, what's up?
Yeah.
Pretty fucked up.
Paul.
Who has an office brunch?
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Apparently Barstool.
Apparently Barstool. Not that me and Coley would know about it.
Is that on brand?
I don't know. Brunch was pretty hot in the streets these past few years.
Yeah. I think anything involving alcohol is on brand for this office.
Facts.
Yeah, so.
Brunch is hot on the streets. That is the, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no other holiday produces nearly as many TV or movie specials. It's cheer galore in the air.
Do you like Christmas movies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what?
Sure do. Grinch. Grinch is an all-time favorite.
The Jim
He looks at me like I
Both.
was like I'm an
It's
idiot.
underrated.
Yeah.
He looked at me like I was an
Do you
idiot
like
just
Christmas
now.
movies?
Eyes Wide Shut's my favorite Christmas
That is a
movie.
wonderful Christmas movie. That is a wonderful Christmas movie. Because every Christmas Eve, I go to an orgy
Me too.
in upstate New York.
Well, that's
No
what
one says Christmas like Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. I like Jingle All the Way. I think it's Sinbad at his best.
Yep.
I do like that one.
You're a big Sinbad fan?
I'm a big Jingle All the Way. I'm a big Sinbad and Jingle All the Way fan. I think that
What are the
that's
non-traditional Christmas movies? Like, you know, there's...
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Everyone loves saying Die Hard.
Well, it is a Christmas movie.
I've never seen
Yeah.
any of the Die Hards.
You should see the first Die Hard. It's,
Yeah, I
a,
think
it's a
you'd like
movie
it.
about. It's a movie about what happens when you go visit an ex on Christmas.
True.
Huh? Why would
A
anybody
lot
do
of
that?
murder involved.
He's trying to get back with her.
That never works. You got to not talk to them to get him back.
Well,
There had been a long period of no speaking between
Right.
the two.
Oh yeah, I guess they overdid
so he
it.
went back to visit L.A. on Christmas, and then things happen.
Is that the one where cars blow up, or that Fast and the Furious?
That's the Fast and Furious movies. Those are wonderful Christmas movies.
I don't
You know,
watch.
any movie that you watch during Christmas is a Christmas movie.
I don't really watch action flicks.
You're not a big fan of actions?
No, it's like fine. It's fine. It's all just fine.
There's so much murder in action flicks.
Yeah, but I like the suspense.
So, do you like to be thrilled?
Yeah, I do like to be thrilled. It's not easier. It's getting a lot harder these days. Not as easy as it used to be to thrill me.
You seem down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little down about the party, not being invited to the party. I'm a little upset at Paul.
Yeah, he's the one who should be in charge of that.
You know, I thought we were friends, considered him a friend, you know, and it's always hard to consider someone a friend and then realize that it was all a lie.
Do you communicate with the people here at Barstool through the podcast? Like, are you
Passive aggressively through the podcast?
Are you gonna, after this is done, you're just gonna storm out and they're gonna listen? They're gonna be like, oh, we didn't invite Kat.
No, I'm gonna text him all night about how upset I am.
What are you upset about?
I'm upset that when there's a place where people are drinking during the day and they would not immediately think of me, or so either they don't know me at all, or they did immediately think of me and know I would love that and not invite me. There's no way that this is okay with me. My feelings are very hurt.
I'm offended for you.
You know?
It's messed up you're not in the Yankee
I mean,
swap.
Yeah, nobody even asked me about the Yankee swap.
Well,
I
you
don't even
also
know what
said
that
you
is.
couldn't even leave until like 9.
I work on Friday nights. We tape the Gutfeld show Friday nights now, 7:30.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, till 8:30. So I'll come after, and then I'm just gonna follow Paul home,
and murder
and
him in
I'm
someone
gonna
else's
I'm
shoes.
gonna follow him home. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get a big industrial sleeping bag. I'm gonna wait outside
You're
of his
gonna
apartment,
stab
and
him
I'm
with an
gonna
icicle.
I'm gonna follow him to the fucking brunch on Saturday, and I will arrive looking like shit, like I'd slept outside, because I will have slept outside, and then I'll show him. That'll make people want me around.
Yeah.
That's what the Die Hard thing, right? Just follow people around. Is that what the movie's about?
No, but I'd like to know. I'm curious. What is Die Hard about?
I don't know.
I'm just just conjecture, just speculate. From what you know, it's a massive part of pop culture. What do you think it's about? We told you a little bit about it.
I thought it was like people like in leather jackets
Keep going. Keep going. It's people in leather jackets.
and like the cars.
And they're in cars.
Few motor vehicles for sure.
They drive them.
That that's part of Die Hard.
Yeah.
There's some of that in it.
And guns.
Yes.
That's all.
Pretty much crushing it. I know.
Have I said anything wrong?
You have not said anything wrong. There are men in leather jackets. There are cars and there are guns in the movie Die Hard. It's as if you don't even need to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl Winslow gets involved.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
I do like him.
He's great.
Bet you he'd be invited to brunch.
I was invited to brunch, and I've never even fucking been here.
I'm never invited to anything anymore.
I cannot wait to throw down some avocado toast with the bros. Be like, yo, what's up, bruh? I like a poached egg on that avocado toast.
And even when I said, like, oh, I kind of want to go, he was like, that's not really your thing. So I'm, like, really mad.
He was fucking with you there.
We're in a fight.
Oh, boy.
I would like to announce publicly, although by the time Monday comes out, I will have already followed him to the brunch, and I'm assuming that'll mend things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pre-game all night for the brunch outside of his apartment, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start what's it called? A rumble.
Do you have a gang?
Well, no.
I'm sure you could conjure one up with your people tweeting you about masturbation.
Probably could.
That guy is part of your that's your squad.
Yeah. Oh God. Am I gonna be okay?
No, none of us are gonna be okay.
That's true. Well, I mean,
the fall of an empire is a melancholy and chaotic thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
So stockpile guns.
I'm just not entirely sure. I mean, why wouldn't I be invited to a brunch? I'm really upset.
We can see this. You folded your arms in disgust.
My arms are folded.
There are multiple reasons they could not like you.
They must not like me. This makes me upset.
Maybe they don't think you like brunch.
Everybody, of course, I like. Well, I mean, I don't like eat, but like I like drinking. I eat sometimes. I ate today already.
What'd you have?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not a brag. I had some yogurt covered raisins. I actually ate way too much for it to be only 1 p.m. And matzo ball soup and some bread.
Oh, I like matzo ball soup.
Pretty dope. It's a nice breakfast food. It's really underrated as a breakfast food. Because I woke up and I sneezed a bunch, and I was like, I think I need soup. And now I'm not sneezing as much.
I like soup. I'm a big fan of soup.
Me too.
What the fuck?
I can't wait, Kollege.
How are you not a soup guy?
I like beverages too much, and soup wants to be a beverage.
No, it wants to be a beverage.
It's food masquerading as a beverage.
That is absurd.
I would just prefer a meal.
You don't like a clam
I feel like
chowder?
I'm not gonna see clam chowder is very different. Yeah, it's so thick.
It's a soup.
It's a chowder. It says it right there.
It is the luxury sedan of soups.
Exactly. It's the higher end.
But it's a soup.
A bisque. I'll mess with a bisque.
You don't like a wonton soup?
No.
I love.
It's just like just give me the fucking wontons.
This place is terrible. You don't get invited to brunch. You're shamed if you don't know Investigation Discovery's entire.
I didn't get invited to the office party. If you work in the if you in the office, you should be invited to the office party. I think that's like in my contract.
You have a contract?
Yeah, I sure do. I'm talent.
Facts.
Yes, you are.
Look, so I don't know. How should I handle this brunch situation? Should I do my plan where I stalk Paul?
I mean, didn't he tell you where it was going to be?
No.
Well, I mean, I feel like you could ask him.
Yeah.
And then just show up.
Yeah.
Instead of sleeping outside in the cold, you won't go get toilet paper if it's cold, but you'll for vengeance.
Vengeance is a hell of a motivator. I'm gonna show him.
Have a knife.
I'm gonna have a knife.
Just show up to the party with a cartoonishly large kitchen knife, like in the promotional video photo of your show.
Yeah, I will. Am I really not?
I think you should. You need to host an investigation.
I think too, and also my voice is I could narrate one.
Let me hear your murder voice.
Murder.
You got the job.
It's pretty good. I'm just gonna. Oh man,
it'll be great. We'll produce it. It'll be Lady Murder with Kat Timpf.
Yeah, Lady Murderer.
What is this show about? Ladies who
murder.
It fits into your programming perfectly.
Also, I bet you that I would be invited to their brunch, their Investigation Discovery brunch. Those assholes! I can't believe they didn't invite me to the fucking brunch.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
I mean, am I not invited to the Christmas party or brunch?
You were explicitly invited to the Christmas party. I saw that happen. I watched that with my own eyes.
I was too busy fuming over not having been invited already, so you'll have to excuse me, Kollege.
You're excused.
I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna think of a way to really fuck shit up.
That's the Christmas spirit. That's why you were invited.
Christmas is supposed to be about me.
Right. That is.
We don't have a star on top of the tree. We could just throw you up there.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man, if I would have seen pictures of this Christmas party, and
You wouldn't have because you don't follow us on Twitter. We could have had the whole thing right under your nose.
This is reprisals.
Yeah, you would have been.
I follow Barstool on Twitter.
Do you?
Like Barstool. Yeah.
I can fact check.
I
this
do.
right
I
in your
follow
face.
Barstool. I got butts in my feed all day long.
Oh, butt cleavage.
Just so many butts.
We don't post that many butts.
Well,
I mean, let's be honest.
yeah, it's a lot of butts. Not that I'm pro. Butts are great. You know, throw them out.
You're not anti-butt.
Not anti-butt. I'm actually strongly pro-butt. Butts.
Good. I'm glad. Hashtag butts.
But it's why I get out of bed in the morning. Just pictures of butts, and ladies' butts.
Disembodied, floating photos of butts.
It's fine.
It's the genre.
I mean, I do follow Barstool, and so I know when I'm being left out.
I don't know whose side to take in this, but I don't care. But
I think we'll find most people don't.
Yeah, I hope it resolves itself without murder.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
You know,
I've heard sleeping in the cold can make people a little crazy. Oh man.
that's true.
So is there anything else you wanted to touch on? Because,
Well, you know what? Let's do because I have to go.
yeah.
Let's do a little recap because I think that's important. Murder,
Yeah, a lot of that.
butts,
Yeah.
and I don't think Barstool is going to renew your contract because I think that's what the message is, and I think that's what you should take away. First, it's not being invited.
Yeah.
Then, no renewal.
Well, that's some heartbreaking news.
I mean, that's
Okay.
the only logical thing that you can come up.
That's kind of what I think, too.
Exactly.
Yeah. They hate me
Exactly.
here.
What's the name of the boss?
Dave.
Well, let me tell you something. If Dave is found at the bottom of stairs with his neck broke, or with a cartoonishly large knife sticking out of his back,
Cigarette butts strewn about.
perfectly placed
Yeah.
footprints. It's not Kat. Not Kat.
You guys, I'm not going to murder Dave.
No, of course you're not. You're not going to murder anyone.
No.
If they end up dead, it's somebody other than Kat.
That is how it goes. All right.
I think that was a fair recap.
All right. Yeah. So your Twitter's just John Devore, right?
Yeah.
If people want to follow you. If people want you got anything you want to promote, anything you want to remember?
No, just follow that. I occasionally write beautiful liberal poetry.
That's
or
great.
or I write about my feelings, of which I have many.
That's great. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. I'm going to go fling myself somewhere.
What's the name